Oh. Apparently the film crew that we talked about last night that was filming the Trump family, the documentary crew captured Pence learning Pelosi wanted him to invoke the 25th Amendment against Trump. Very interesting tidbit. Captured the former Vice President Mike Pence's reaction to reading a draft House resolution calling on him to evoke the 25th Amendment to the Constitution and to remove President Trump from power, CNN reported. He should have done it. Mike Pence, I still don't understand. That was your play. You wanted to be president. That was your play. You could have been president. That's your only chance. That was your only fucking chance. You could have sat at that desk for a fucking week, dude. Maybe 4 or 5 days by the time this would have happened. CNN obtained the video Thursday showing Pence first saw the draft on January 12th, 2021, 6 days after the Capitol insurrection, while sitting in for an interview with filmmaker Alex Holder. In the video, Pence told his aide, "Yeah, excellent," as he saw the draft and asked his aide to have someone else print him a hard copy to read. The House approved the resolution that evening, but Pence sent a letter to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi saying that he would not push for invoking the amendment as it would set a terrible precedent. I don't know what kind of... not invoking it sets a far more terrible precedent. I still think my chair's not all the way up. Been sinking on me, and I don't know. I tried to look to see how I could tighten it. Sorry guys, it's a wild ride tonight. Justin's in a mood. Ron Johnson is throwing others under the bus after the implications. GOP Senator Ron Johnson says the fake electors he tried to give Pence on January 6 came from GOP Rep Mike Kelly. Republican Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin said on Thursday that Republican Representative Mike Kelly's office gave him the alternate slate of electors from Michigan and Wisconsin that his chief of staff tried to deliver to Vice President Mike Pence's office on January 6. The January 6th committee's fourth hearing on Tuesday, committee members laid out President Donald Trump and his allies' plan to deliver an alternative slate of electors. At one point, the committee displayed a series of text messages between Johnson's chief of staff and a legislative aide to Pence, in which Johnson's staffer asked the aide where to send the slate of electors to Pence, saying Johnson needs to hand something to V. POTUS. Pence's aide denied him, responding, "Do not give him that." Also, I totally agree with Sam Cedar. Pence was trying everything he could to do it. He wanted, that makes perfect fucking sense. He would not have been meeting with all of these people up until the 5th fucking hour, the 11th hour, whatever the phrase is. Ninth wonder of the world, whatever the fuck. He wouldn't have been doing that if he wasn't trying to be convinced. GOP rep asked for Trump to pardon all 147 Republicans who voted to overturn the election. Mr. Mo Brooks, who lost his election this past Tuesday and has decided to retire from politics. That is probably a good idea. The January 6th committee displayed a bombshell email on Thursday revealing that Representative Mo Brooks emailed the White House 5 days after the attack on the Capitol, asking for a pardon for himself and Representative Matt Gaetz. By the way, I follow a guy by the name of Matt Gertz on Twitter. It's a hilarious account because anytime Matt Gaetz makes the news, like today, he's like, "Oh God, he did it again." Or what did he do this time? Blanket pardon would have preemptively exonerated the 147 Republicans who voted against the certification of president. So even the Congress people knew what they were doing were illegal and were asking for a pardon from the president. Which stands to reason that's 147 people who shouldn't be in Congress. Now, granted, this one won't. He still is right now, but he won't be there in January. What a wild thing to have happen.
Days after the tragic events of January 6th, some of these same Republican members requested pardons in the waning days of the Trump administration. 5 days after the attack on the Capitol, Representative Mo Brooks sent the email.
Well, I promise you what they're going to say is, well, we knew the Democrats would be on a political witch hunt, and they'd be out to get any of us that were just exercising our free speech. You know how Republicans are.
On the screen now. As you see, he emailed the White House, quote, pursuant to a request from Matt Gaetz, requesting a pardon for Representative Gaetz, himself, and unnamed others. Witnesses told the Select Committee that the president...
Apparently this would be a blanket pardon that would cover all crimes Matt Gaetz has committed. By the way, that's not the only time Matt Gaetz has asked for a pardon. Oh, shit. Gaetz asked Trump for a pardon from the beginning of time for any and all things. Gaetz requested a presidential pardon from the beginning of time up until today for any and all things, according to videotaped testimony from Ari Hirschman, a Trump White House attorney. Just wanted to cover that in case Kinzinger doesn't in this clip.
Considered offering pardons to
A lot of really juicy tidbits came out today.
a wide range of individuals connected to the president. Let's listen to some of that testimony.
And was Representative Gaetz requesting a pardon?
Oh, this might be it here.
Believe so. The general tone was, we may get prosecuted because we were defensive of, the president's positions on these things. The
On
part
treason, yeah.
that he was discussing, requesting, was as broad as you could describe. From the beginning, I remember he's from the beginning of time up until today, for any and all. You mentioned Nixon, and I said Nixon's pardon was never nearly that broad.
These people don't know how anything fucking works. God damn. And apparently the Arizona GOP has come unglued because of, what was it, Tuesday's testimony? Positively unglued. Arizona GOP boss is livid that Rusty Bowers testified against Trump. The Arizona Republican Party is in disarray after GOP House Speaker Rusty Bowers publicly testified about Donald Trump's coup attempt before the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. State GOP Chairwoman Kelly Ward has come positively unglued over Bowers' testimony before the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th insurrection, wherein he reminded us that there are still Republicans, that's raw story, not me, who haven't lost their ever-loving minds or their integrity. Arizona Republic columnist Lori Roberts wrote. Maybe it was Lori Roberts' words and not Raw story, but I want to say that maybe they fucked Roberts' words up. In the last 24 hours, Ward has demeaned Bowers, belittled him, and even embraced her inner fifth-grade bully and given him a nickname, Rusty Bowles. Rusty Bowles. Ooh, she getting salty. She working blue. Roberts noted that even though she is chair of the party, she has endorsed Bowers' primary opponent. Let me say that again. The head of the Arizona Republican Party has taken sides in an Arizona Republican primary, just as she's in the bag for a Trump-endorsed Carrie Lake in what amounts to a three-way Republican primary, Roberts wrote. Other more professional party operatives will tell you that never happens. The party's role, they will tell you, is to remain neutral as the candidates duke it out in the primary. I will tell you that doesn't happen in the Democratic primary. Damn, how many rapes did Gaetz do? That's a good fucking question.
You live in sexual anarchy?
Meanwhile, the DOJ is starting to seem like they might be coming to life. DOJ seizes Nevada GOP chairman's phone, subpoenas Georgia GOP chairman as fake elector probe grows. Sure doesn't feel like a nothing burger, tweeted former FBI investigator Peter Strzok. Which that just putting that at the top of your story pretty much will allow right wingers to discount it. I will tell you that. What, Salon? Yeah, we're reading from Salon. The Justice Department on Wednesday served numerous subpoenas to Trump supporters involved in the fake elector scheme, and a sign that its probe is expanding. Federal agents served subpoenas. Now, the DOJ requested transcripts from the January 6th committee, and people were like, well, the DOJ didn't already know this? No, apparently the DOJ has had its own investigation going on, and they were cross-checking their notes with what the January 6th committee was doing. That makes sense. So maybe Merrick Garland's finally going to do something. Federal agents served subpoenas to Georgia GOP chairman David Schaefer, who served as a Trump elector. According to the Washington Post, other subpoenas were served at the homes of Brad Carver, a Georgia lawyer involved in the fake elector scheme, and Thomas Lane, who worked on the Trump campaign's efforts in Arizona and New Mexico, FBI officials told the outlet. Trump supporters involved in the Michigan fake elector scheme also received subpoenas, though it's unclear if they were related to the federal investigation or a separate state probe. The New York Times reported that Sean Flynn, a Trump campaign aide in Michigan, was subpoenaed in the federal probe. FBI agents also served a search warrant at the home of Nevada GOP chairman Michael McDonald and seized his phone as part of the fake elector probe, according to local news outlet KLAS. A second warrant was issued to state GOP secretary James DeGravenfenred. I did not need to put that much effort into that, but FBI agents could not track him down on Wednesday. Schaefer, who also met with Fulton County prosecutors investigating Trump's efforts to overturn his loss in the state, played a central role in organizing the slate of fake electors in Georgia and coordinated his efforts with the Trump campaign, according to CNN. The network also reported that the FBI sought phone contents from Carver, who signed on as a fake elector, as it investigates communications by state Republicans in a private Signal chat. Just letting you know, your encrypted communications app isn't all that encrypted. Apparently, Jenny Thomas has responded to the 1-6 panel. The committee is also working on setting up an interview with Virginia Jenny Thomas, the conservative activist and wife of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, who has responded to the panel's request to appear, the chairman said. She was asked to speak to the committee after disclosures of her communications with Trump's team in the run-up and day of the insurrection at the Capitol. It's our expectation that we will keep talking and trying to get her to come in, said Thompson. Thompson has previously said she can't wait. Thomas has previously said, not Thompson. Thomas has previously said she can't wait to clear up misconceptions, suggesting she would comply with the panel's request to testify. I think there needs to be a thorough investigation into her husband, and I think he needs to be impeached.